Okay guys, so I'm going to go over the chart that you'll be looking at on the system that we've developed, so you get a better understanding of exactly where we are and where we're going to be going with all this. So on the screen you can see that the screen is divided into three main areas, and we have the chart up here, we've got the Vumanchu indicator here, and we've got the Waddah explosion line going on down here. On the screen there's some brief highlighted areas that you could actually reference for moving forward about the interpretation of when you can have a possible trading position. So what we're going to look at here is the chart itself, and you can see that we have the 200 white line. The key to this is making sure that we stick to the rules, which is that we can only, at this stage, I'm doing some back testing, which is very interesting. At this stage, we are going to be buying above the 200 EMA only. We do not sell above the 200 EMA at the moment. There is a potential for that, but and we can also have potential for buying below the 200, but at the moment we are working with the trend above the 200 EMA. This is a moving average of 200 candles that are 15-minute. Well, that's a 30-minute one, but we're using the 15-minute one to trade because the alerts come through much more quickly, and the 15-minute one is in my view better because it's slightly more profitable and we do have more trading opportunities. So we're buying above the 200 and we're selling below. So as it says here, 200 EMA, this is now buy territory. Price above the 200 EMA, buy territory. Do not sell according to our strict rules of entry. So if we see price action above, then we can look at a buy setup. And what is going to be a buy setup? Okay, so this is the Vumanchu indicator. By now you should have had it set up according to the settings in the previous videos that I've done, and it shouldn't be that complicated, but we have an awful lot of lines on here and a lot of waves and all sorts of information that can help us, but ultimately what we're looking for is these green dots. Now the key area to look for is this zero area. On the right hand side on the Vumanchu indicator you can see some numbers. It goes from 0 up to 75 and down to minus 75, and the zero line is here, and this is where all the action happens, because generally speaking the momentum, what these waves here that you can see, these are called momentum waves, and you can see as these waves grow in elevation, it means that we're building more momentum towards the upside. And as you can see with this wave, we're losing momentum. We've been growing momentum. We've gone, smallish, slightly bigger, bigger still, slightly smaller, quite a lot smaller. And this would suggest that momentum is slowing down, so we could be ending up having a breakdown of price. And as you can see here, this did follow through with a breakdown in price over time. So these waves can tell you an awful lot about where the money is going and what's happening in the market. And all the way through this, you'll see a variety of green dots, and you also got red dots. Now the red dots would normally indicate there's a possible sell opportunity, but let's start from over here. It does say momentum waves falling can show build of price to the downside, and we saw that here where we had the momentum wave slowing down on this side and then slowing and moving downward this side, and it corresponded with price action moving down. So that is clearly able to be seen. And then we've also got the situation here where momentum is building from the downside and it's building up and then moving up to the upside. we've got these dots to help us decide where we're going to be taking positions, and this green dot here, according to the rules, we clearly say that if we've got a green dot, it is a potential buy setup, but it is confirmed by these bars below, and these bars need to show a build of green momentum, that is bullish pressure, and that's measured by this white line. If the bars are above the white line, then the pressure is reasonably strong, depending on how big these bars are. And you can see that momentum is slowing down here and slowing down, and it does lead to a slight breakdown in price here. It's pretty clear from this that that green dot is not a buy signal, because we've got massive red momentum continuing. So that wouldn't be a qualified buy signal. Neither is that one, because we've got this situation developing. However, we do have a qualifying situation where we get this green dot, because we can, if we got that green dot being alerted to our phone or whatever, and we take a look at that position, it won't be on that dot. It'll be about 15 minutes late by the time we get it, because this candle straight above that green dot has to close out before the alert can be sent. This dot does actually qualify though, this green dot over here on the right, because you can see that there are some green candles and there's some action below. As long as we've got a single green bar, then we know that we can take the buy setup. Okay guys, so I think that's enough for today. We've done the basics there. If you need to see more detail on this chart, I'm going to be doing some more videos.